eggs here. If we go down and let's start with your donated pal. Hoping for blues. Oh, okay, so the donated pals ran down the front here, and you've got a yellow gifted pal. Okay, so he's going to be right at the top, yellow gifted pal there. So egg pop number 1, Irene. You've got 2 pals in that one of which is a bright icy blue. So hoping for blues, and you do have a bright icy blue. And then you've got, it looks like he's got a gunmetal with a slight green hint to him. So gunmetal grey with a hint of green. Egg pop number 2. And you've got 4 pearls in that one. You've got a light coral, a brighter coral, a chocolate, and a sea green. Okay, so that is your donated pearl and your egg pops. If we then move on to your oysters, we'll do your normal oysters first. So oyster number 1, light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So your first pearl out is a bright hot pink. Oh, he's slightly two-tonal. Look at him. So you've got lighter and brighter pink there. Oyster number 2. Light pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. So you can see, again, it has got a little bit of a pearl blister at the top there, but there's definitely no pearls there. Oh, and I can see again you've got a gorgeous pink pearl. There's no more in that one. So he is a brighter pink again. Ever so slightly two-tonal again. I think he's overall slightly lighter than your first one. And we can see up close now he does have a couple of little inclusions on there. So if you're not happy with those, we can swap them at the end for you. And then moving on to your next oyster. Sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are, of course, quadding from your 4 pearl oyster. Let me just dry these up. You have got a burgundy red. So burgundy red, a silver purple, a rose gold, and a darker forest green. And then your last oyster, which is another 4 pearl oyster. Quite a nice deep pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. Oh. Oh, you are, of course, quadding for a second time. Very, very similar colours to your first quadding oyster. So let me just dry these up again for you, and then we'll pop them all in the sand and go through them again. So if I just pop them to the side, then let me go through them. So you have got, so you do have another red. This one's slightly brighter than the first. Another silver purple, a rose gold, and then this one is a gunmetal. So the difference is the gunmetal on this one, as you can see there, but very, very similar colours. So if we bring in your other ones down the bottom, just so we can see them all together, Irene, I'm going to need to know if you're happy with all of these. I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. So you've got two pinks, one brighter, one slightly lighter. You've got burgundy red times 2, icy purple times 2, and rose gold times 2, a forest green and a gunmetal grey. Then you've got the lighter autumn peach, the icy blue, gunmetal, rose gold, light coral, brighter coral, chocolate and sea green. Swap the pinks for icy blues and the peach and chocolate for TARDIS blues. Yes. I don't have any Pepsi blues, I'm afraid. So I've only got TARDIS blues and icy blues available at the moment. All the other blues there is a waiting list on, I'm afraid. Yes, I am going to go through and measure the rest of them. I was just doing the swaps for Irene as she says them, just so then we don't get lost in the comments. Okay, so... Oh, measure the chocolate that was just swapped out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one it was. Oh, that one was at 8.5. It was that one because it had a slight little notch on it that I could see there. 8.5. Okay, so Irene, are there any other colours that you would like? So obviously I can still swap the rose gold for you, but like I said, I don't have any other blues apart from the icy blues and the TARDIS blues. Sunshine yellow for a peach. Is that one peach or both the peaches? No, don't say sorry. It's absolutely fine. So red number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Red number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Silver purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And silver purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Forest green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's not a 6.5, he's a 7. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the gunmetal with the hint of green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then that lighter corally one is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. Sorry, he is a 7.5. Okay, so Irene, are you happy with the rest of these, or are there any others that you would like to swap at all? And then I'm going to need to know which colours you would like to have where.